Everybody, welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Ivy Hartman, and I'm very excited to have with me the one, the only Philip Hitchcock with me here today. He's here to tell us all about his latest project, which requires recreating the human body. Now, I don't think of you as doing this just lately. This is something, sculpting is something you've been doing for a while. Is that right?
Yes, I've been doing it probably 25 years or more.
What is that? I mean, we have an example of the work here, but...
Everybody has been to the dentist and had him or her mold their teeth, and they use this material called alginate, and they slip it into the mouth, and it creates a replica of the teeth. So if you can imagine extrapolating that to a larger area, we'll do faces and hands and full body casts.
It's just amazing because you have a lot of this work on exhibition right now during the Dark Impressions exhibition at your gallery, PhD Galleries on Cherokee. Right. So, and then also in your book, it's really interesting too because you have so many different works and we're seeing some of them here. This one especially intrigued me because is it done all at once, or some of the things?
That one actually was a cast that was made all at once. That was one very large mold, but then afterwards there's a lot of embellishment and accoutrement that go on top of it to, you know, kind of give it more of a personal spin. This is another example of a piece where the model was cast in that position, and then some things were added after the fact.
How long does something like this take?
Well, the model's involved in it for about 20 minutes. I don't usually ask a model to hold a pose much longer than that, but the piece itself could take anywhere from a few weeks to a few months to complete.
And Dark Impressions, the name of the exhibit as well as the book, kind of comes from the idea that the subject matter is somewhat dark.
Some people perceive it as being a little bit dark, yeah. And then, of course, the impressions part of it is a double entendre on the idea of making an impression off of a human form.
Speaking of that, there's more applications other than just doing it as an art form. There's some, I mean, it is always art, but in your book, you exhibit like maternity impressions.
Oh, that's wildly popular too. I consider those a little bit more craft applications.
Right, sure.
But you know, I mean, talk about a moment in time. I've done a few pregnancy castings where you actually can capture the belly at 8 months, 9 months, however far along you choose, and then baby's hands.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you can
if you can get them to stay still for 20 minutes.
It's best to get them while they're sleeping.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, and kind of just slip the hand into the material, but they become wonderful kind of keepsake things.
A couple other things that we had talked about off camera were doing things for posthumously. Posthumously, thank you. It's spelled posthumously.
Right, I love to tell the story in my class when I teach it about, you know, I applied the material to this subject's face and did everything I normally do, but when I took the mask off, he was dead. He was already dead. Yeah. And what this was we were creating a sculpture, a memorial for a woman's father. So I cast his face and his hands, and then you go back and you carve the eyes open, and you give it some life. You pose the hand around the face, and it becomes this kind of wonderful piece of memorabilia.
Very neat. And so the applications go far wide. In fact, you have had things appear on national television as well.
Yeah, a few brushes with fame, I suppose. I did a number of body cast sculptures for the WWE, the wrestlers, the big, larger-than-life wrestlers for WrestleMania when it was in Toronto Sky Dome, and I did a lot of work for Fox Television for their TV show The Swan. So.
And that actually makes a lot of sense.
This is the process here of applying alginate to a subject's body. There's no need for lubrication. You apply it to the entire area you want covered. Cotton and then plaster gauze goes right on top of it, and that creates a rigid kind of contour capturing part of it. That whole mold comes off in one piece, and then it gets invested with Ultracal 30, which is kind of a plaster US gypsum-like product. You pull that piece out and you trim it, and then you color it, and you wind up with a piece very much like the one that we have here on the set today. And
it's just that easy.
Just
so
like this.
If you are interested in learning more about the process and actually being able to do it yourself, well, Philip has agreed to teach a class, and that is we're going to tell you a little bit more about how you can get your hands on that class when we come back in just a moment. But in the meantime, you can check out Dark Impressions, which is appearing at PhD Gallery at 2300 Cherokee Street, through February 23rd. For more information, you can call 664-6644 or check them out online at PhDSTL.com. Now, don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with Philip Hitchcock a little bit more. He's the owner of PhD Gallery, located in the famous Cherokee Arts District. But during the break, I want to remind you to go out and check out STL TV on Facebook or just tweet us. We always love hearing from you. See you back here in just a bit. So don't forget to come back, though.